Breaking news reports are coming in that Lazy Punk is up, and it's only early afternoon. Hello, Mr. Punk, did you sleep well? Have you been sleeping with speakers again? That's a really bad habit. And how can you sleep using an amplifier as a pillow? You really are a funny punk. I see you had breakfast. You really should stop eating from a driver and drinking from a mid-range. You need some plates. You really are a funny punk.
Morning, AI. And yeah, I did sleep well last night, AI. And I did sleep with an amplifier, because I feel it is important to try out every part of an amplifier's capabilities before we review it on the YouTube channel. So last night I slept with the new Pioneer SX440, and I can recommend it is very comfortable for the purposes of sleeping. I had a lovely night's sleep with the Pioneer SX440. So yeah, a bit more testing to do, and then I will bring the review on the Pioneer SX440. So yes, I had a lovely night's sleep, really nice. But this morning wasn't so good, AI. Terrible this morning. I woke up to a letter from our lovely subscriber in Canada, the man in the middle of nowhere, the 99-year-old man with the wooden leg, our one and only subscriber. For him, the whole channel is just focused around him because he is all we have on the YouTube channel. So yeah, it was terrible. The letter read, "Dear Mr. Punk, I love to watch your channel here in Canada in the middle of nowhere, but I must complain about the YouTube channel because having walked the 51 miles through 7 feet of snow to get to my local pub to have a pint of the lovely beer that is called the Middle of Nowhere, having got to the pub and ordered my Middle of Nowhere pint, I sat down in my usual chair to drink my pint, and I went to the jukebox and put in my hard-earned Canadian money to play my favourite song after the long walk. So I put my money into the jukebox and pressed number 97, my favourite song, to sit back and enjoy my middle of nowhere pint and listen to the lovely sound of the Cheeky Girls singing about we are the cheeky girls and you are the cheeky boys, because I love that part of the song. It is absolutely fantastic what them girls can do with a terrible song. But having sat back to listen to the lovely tones of the Cheeky Girls, something was wrong, Mr. Punk. The Cheeky Girls, when delivering their part about you are the cheeky boys, they sounded like they had socks in their mouths, and it was all muffled, and the chorus went more like so this was terrible, Mr. Punk. So I looked up at the corners of the pub to see what speakers the man had, because they wasn't the old ones he used to have. They had a delightful tone. And when I looked up in the corner of the pub, he had the Gale Bookshelf Studio Monitor, 4 of them. I was like, oh no, having watched your YouTube channel in the episode where you mention the Gale Bookshelf Monitor being a terrible speaker, I thought I should have a word with the lovely landlord in the pub in the middle of nowhere. So I went to the landlord and said, "Hello, Mr. Landlord, new speakers?" He said, "Yes, I bought them the other day on the old Canadian eBay, had them delivered. So yeah, do you like 'em, man from the middle of nowhere with your wooden leg? I said, no, Mr. Barman, I do not like 'em. Having watched the lovely man in the UK, the Mr. Punk, with his palm tree and his delightful companion called Robin, having watched his show on the YouTube, he said that the Gale Studio Monitor is a terrible speaker. So I can't believe that in my local pub suddenly I find 4 of them on the brackets on the walls. So the landlord said, oh, the Mr. Punk. I have watched the crazy Mr. Punk with the delightful Robin on the YouTube channel in the UK. And although he says that the studio bookshelf monitor is a terrible speaker, he did not have any in front of him, so I am unable to believe his view, and he is like one of them people who has the speaker or the amplifier on a picture in the corner of the screen talking about it when they do not own the speaker or the amplifier, and they are just talking about the speaker or the amplifier just to get views on their YouTube channel. So Mr. Punk is one of them, because although he did moan about the Gale bookshelf monitor, he did not have a set in front of him. He was making it up and not even having a set there, so I cannot believe him. So I have purchased them because I think the crazy man in the UK is being one of them people who does not have this speaker and puts a picture of it in the corner of the screen and talks about it for views on his YouTube channel. So, Mr. Punk, I couldn't argue with that. I racked my brain and I thought, oh yes, Mr. Punk did talk about the Gale bookshelf monitor without having the Gale bookshelf monitor on the lovely review bench with the Union Jack on it on his YouTube channel. So, is Mr. Punk becoming one of them people who has the speaker or the amplifier in a picture from a magazine in the corner of the screen and just talks about things that he's never had to get views on the YouTube channel? So, Mr. Punk, if this is the case, I feel like I should unsubscribe, as I do not want to watch the views of a man who does not have the speaker or the amplifier in front of him when he talks about it. So, Mr. Punk, you need to rectify this, else I will be unsubscribing. Yours sincerely, man in Canada, in the middle of nowhere, with the wooden leg. So AI, oh, this is terrible AI. So basically, our man in Canada is going to unsubscribe. He is the only reason we do the channel, our one and only subscriber. Without him, the channel is down the toilet. It will be no more. So, there's only one thing to do, AI. We are going to have to purchase a set of the Gale Studio Monitor and put this terrible thing behind us. Because I admit, I spoke about the speaker without having them in front of me. I did have a set once, but I did not have the speaker in front of me, so I was becoming one of these people who has the speaker or the amplifier in a picture in the corner of the screen and talks about the so-called speaker or the amplifier without ever listening or handling that speaker or that amplifier. So this is terrible AI. I can't be one of them people. So tonight we're going to have to try and get some studio monitors from Gale to see how bad they are. Re-jog our memory. So, Robin, tonight, me and you on the old eBay, mate, we got to get Gale bookshelf monitors. We got to buy a set. Oh no, not them. Not the Gale bookshelf. They was terrible. That set we had before, we had to get them out the house quick before they infected all the others with their terrible tones. Yeah, I know, Robin, but we're going to lose our subscriber. You don't want to go back to no subscribers, mate, do you? That was terrible and all, wasn't it? One bad night of our life, listen to the Gale bookshelf, and then we keep our subscriber and the whole channel will be worth doing again. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Mr. Punk, but really, have you thought this through? The Gale bookshelf monitor, a whole night listening to them. No, Mr. Punk, if you're doing that, I'm going out. And if you're buying some on eBay, I don't even want to look at them on eBay, so let us know when you're doing it, and I'll go and see Donkey Kong for the night. Might stay over, 'cause you'll be up late bidding. Alright, Robin, don't be like that, mate. If you want to be, Robin, I'll tell you now, mate. If you want to be a reviewer on the YouTube channel, you have to do all kinds of reviewing. And if this means, mate, listening to the Gale bookshelf, then you have to do it. No, Mr. Punk, I'm not listening to them. They're terrible. They give me an headache. I'm going out. I'll go see Donkey Kong when you do that. I'll pop and see my mate, Mr. Bump. I ain't seen him for a while. Robin, I'm telling you now, mate. If you want to be part of the channel and you want to be a reviewer, you are helping buy and you are listening to the Gale bookshelf. Else I'll tell you what, Robin, there will be no bat burgers for you for a month. No bat burgers for a month? No, Robin, no bat burgers for a whole month. And you'll have to eat vegetables. No vegetables and no bat burgers. Oh, how long have I got to listen to the Gales for? Normal review, Robin. We've got to try them out. We get a set and then we got to do them. At least 5 amplifiers and a whole night, late night, cheese and biscuits, Haribo, few Tizers. We got to do it. We get more in as well. He can help. Oh no, Mr. Punk, not 5 amplifiers. Can't we do 1 amplifier? No, Robin, that's not a thorough test. We got to put them on at least 5. 3, Mr. Punk, we go 3. 3 amplifiers. Oh, I don't know though, I could eat vegetables for a month rather than listen to the Gales. Robin, it's 5 amplifiers or no bat burgers for 2 months, mate. And no phone calls to Donkey Kong. What, no bat burgers, no talking to Donkey Kong? No, Robin, none of that. If you don't want to be a reviewer, it's up to you. You got to suffer the hardship of the Gale bookshelf monitor. If you want to be on the YouTube channel and be a tester, Robin, you have to do all kinds of testing, whether it is good or bad. Else we're going to lose our one viewer, Robin, and you don't want that, do you? It was terrible with no viewers. We have to cancel the show. Oh yeah, I suppose. Alright, 3, 4 amplifiers, 5, Robin, or no bat burgers, 2 months and no Donkey Kong. Alright, I'll do it, but can we set up a nice stereo, and as soon as we finish with that 5th amplifier, can we put a nice one on and some nice speakers and have the Batman tune back to back 5 times? 3 times, Robin. Alright, 3 times after we've done the Gale studio monitor, but they was terrible, Mr. Punk. Are you sure you know what you're doing, Mr. Punk? What you're letting us in for? Robin will have to do it. The pair we had before might have been a terrible pair, Might get another set, put them on the right amplifier, they might sound nice, because they look nice, they're all by wire and great, but it was just, they sounded terrible. Yeah, they was terrible. They was like a sheep in wolf's clothing, but the other way round. They was like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Alright, Robin, so we'll do it. So yeah, we'll have to do it, Robin, else we'll lose our one subscriber. And that'd be terrible. So AI, today AI, while you're in the Commodore 64, released August of 1982, while you're in there AI, any of them Gale studio monitors, click them in the watch list. So tonight I can just have a look and see what's on there AI. If you can do that for me AI, fill the watch list up with the Gale monitor. And then tonight we're buy a set, me and Robin. Hang on, Mr. Punk, I'm not going arse with you. If you want to buy that horrible sounding thing, you are on your own. I know I go arse with you on nice stuff, but I'm not going arse with you on the Gale bookshelf. You are on your own, Mr. Punk. Alright, Robin, I'll buy 'em. I'll see if I can talk Darth Maul into getting a set. We'll tell Maul they're really good, and then Maul will go arse with us. Yeah, alright, we'll do that. We'll trick Darth Maul. We'll tell him they're really great speakers. He weren't here when we had them before. He's never heard them. No, he hasn't, Robin. So tell him they're really good, and then Maul he might even buy all of them if we tell him they're really good. We tell him they was what was used by George Lucas on the Star Wars set. Yeah, tell him that and he'll buy me. He might even buy 2 sets. Alright, Robin, we don't want 2 sets in the house. That will be a fate worse than death. Yeah, so if you can do that AI, click them in the watch list and do a spit breakfast AI. Thanks AI. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Just catching up with AI. And giving her the news, the terrible news, that our one subscriber, the lovely man, the 99-year-old man in the middle of nowhere with the wooden leg, has threatened to unsubscribe. Yeah, so anyway, enough about that. Let's crack on with today's show. 2 stars of the show today, and what stars they are. We have the lovely Bowers and Wilkins DM22 two-way speaker. These speakers was made in 1981 by the Bowers and Wilkins factory right here in the UK. So yeah, these are a very nice speaker from Bowers and Wilkins. They are built very well. They are from the 1980s period. 1981, so an early 80s speaker. A very nice sounding speaker. Got a nice driver in these, a nice tweeter. They have got the BW200 driver in this, which is a very good driver. The tweeter in this is a TW26, which is a lovely tweeter. So they have the BW200 driver, which is a good driver and can deliver a lot of bass. And these speakers do deliver bass, considering they are not massive. They are only a 2-way speaker. The driver isn't massive. It's about 160mm, the driver, so it's not massive. And these don't even have a port. Normally, speakers that give good bass are ported, but these lovely Bowers and Wilkins are not ported. So, without a port, it sometimes makes speakers more detailed, nicer sounding, but you don't get the bass without a port. But somehow, these BWs have all that detail and can deliver a ton of bass without the port. So these things are made very well. And like I said, the TW26 tweeter, it's in loads of speakers from BMW, and it's in speakers from other manufacturers. The TW26 is a nice tweeter. You know where you are with this tweeter. It's a good tweeter. So yeah, both of these, tweeter and driver, very good. And without the port, yeah, these things deliver, I'll tell ya. Like, they are very, very detailed, nice sounding. You could use these in the dedicated listening room and you would be very happy with them. In the bedroom nightclub, pumping up the jam on it, you would be very happy with these. But I would say these are not a cheap speaker. They're not ridiculous money, but they're not a bargain speaker. Well, they are a bargain. What you get for the money is good, but they're not like a low price speaker on the old eBay. People want a little bit of money for this speaker. But it is worth it because it is a really nice speaker. They made a few different ones for you to choose from. You can get these in black. They made them in rosewood. I think they done a teak look and walnut. So there's a few different types you can get to match the decor of your home and keep the old lady happy, to make the speakers fit in to whatever your taste inside your lovely home. So yeah, these are really nice. Like I said, they're from 1981, without a port, and they deliver a ton of detail for a speaker that isn't massive. I really like this speaker. It's 100 watt, 8 ohms. So it can take some power, this one. If you're lucky enough to have the monster receiver, these will go on it and handle all that power and sound very nice in the process. I've had mine quite a long time, and when I first got them, sadly, one of the tweeters did not work. So I had to track down a tweeter for these, which I did get because there's a lot of them out there. And yeah, once I got them going properly, I was surprised by how good these were. So they are very good. They surprised me by how good these things are. And the more you use them and you start putting more power through them, you realise that these things can handle it. They can handle the big party noise. They're loud for the party, the wife swapping party, or the normal gathering of friends. These speakers would be a good one. For the postman party, with the knickers and the bra and the stocking, these would be a good speaker for that. Or a good speaker for the Sunday afternoon, little rave up with a few Tizers and some cheese and biscuits with the mates over. So yeah, these speakers have got it all. Good for the listening room, good for the party. They do it all, these speakers. They are a bit strange because the top of them is like covered in like a cloth pad. And I've never really understood why it's on there. It's a bit weird. But it was the 80s, so strange things did go on in the 80s. You only need to watch a Top of the Pops from about 1983 to realise that that time period, people was a bit strange. So yeah, Bowers and Wilkins put that cloth on the top. Don't know why, but it's there. So it's not the end of the world. They are a nice cabinet, very well made. These things are quite heavy for their size, and the box is solid as you like. So a very nice box, very nice speaker. There does seem to be a lot of these out there. They're not rare. If you wanted a set, you would get a set, but you're not getting them dirt cheap. They're not really expensive, but you're not getting them dirt cheap. But they are worth the money, the DM22. They are worth the money. They are a bit of a little special speaker for their size. For their size, these will go up against anything the same size. And these will rinse a lot of the modern expensive speaker, I tell ya. Get something modern, pay quite a bit of money for it. These old DM22s will rinse it out. Take that from me. They are good. So, let's go over to Robin and see what Robin thinks of the DM22. You up, Robin? Yeah, I love these DM22. I don't get the cloth bit on top, but it's comfy when you sit out. It's like sitting up the park on a picnic blanket when I eat cheese and biscuits on top of these. They have got good sound though, very detailed and loud. They're not that big, and these things are loud. You can rock down the house, have a cookie, Henry, with a pair of these. So yeah, I like 'em. Very good, the DM22. We've had 'em a long time. We use 'em a lot, and they always deliver 'cause they're such a good speaker. Yeah, they get the thumbs up from me, definitely. Have a cookie, Henry. All right, Robin. Yeah, we like the DM22. So, let's have a look at how big they are. So, as you can see, they're about 10 inches wide, there or thereabouts. So, they're not massive. They don't take up a load of room. 10 inches wide. So, they're not the teeny tiny speaker, but they're not massive, and they deliver a sound that does punch above their size, I'll tell ya. So let's have a look at the height. Height-wise, these are 20 inches tall, so they're not massive. They're a good sized speaker. This sort of size speaker can really deliver. When you start going smaller than this, takes a really quality speaker to get a good sound when you go smaller. But at this size you find quite a lot of nice sounding speakers. But this DM22 is a good one for its size. It really, if you did get a set of these, they would surprise you. If you put them on the right amplifier with a bit of power, these DM22s would surprise you how good they are, considering they was made in 1981. So let's turn it round and have a look at the back. As you can see, there's not a lot going on the back, just the two terminals, so no by wiring on this one. They will take a banana plug, them terminals. So yeah, the back's nice and wood, but not a lot going on, just the two terminals, and that's all you need really. VW is a high-end company here in the UK. If they thought these speakers needed to be by-wired, they would have added the terminals. These was not sold as a budget set of speakers, so if they thought they needed the 4 terminals, VW would have fitted the 4 terminals. So yeah, they obviously don't need it, and they don't. These things are nice. Put a nice fat speaker cable on these to get all that lovely bass out of them, and you will be very, very happy with the DM22. So yeah, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Today's episode was the lovely DM22 with the picnic blanket on the top. very nice speaker. It was brought to you today by Mr. Punk UK Productions. See you in the next one. Bye. And Robin. What? Tonight, mate, about 8 o'clock, we'll have dinner, and then about 8 o'clock, do a little bit of cheese and biscuits. We'll fire up the old Commodore, released August 1982, and go on the hunt for the Gale bookshelf monitor. Oh, do I have to? Yes, Robin, we talked about this. If you want to be a tester and talk about things like the Skylabs man or the lovely Calvin with the lava lamps, you've got to sit there and listen to some terrible speakers. All right, we buy 'em tonight. We get a set. They're only cheap, aren't they? Yes, Robin, but remember, we talk to Maul, tell him they're from the Star Wars, and he might buy 'em. Yeah, we tricked Maul into buying 'em, 'cause he did nick my knife, he deserves it. Hee hee.